Most people believe intensity is the answer. They believe the breakthrough comes from a burst of effort, a surge of motivation, or a dramatic change. They wait for the moment. They feel ready, focused, and unstoppable. But that moment rarely arrives, and when it does, it rarely lasts. Because intensity burns fast, consistency compounds slowly, and almost every meaningful outcome in life belongs to the second group. You have seen this before. Maybe you have lived it. Someone decides this time will be different. They wake up early, they train hard, they work late, they overhaul everything at once. For a few days, they feel powerful. For a week, they feel disciplined. For a short while, they feel like a different person. Then life interrupts, sleep drops, energy fades, motivation disappears. The plan collapses, not because it was bad, but because it required intensity to survive. And intensity is fragile. Intensity feels productive. It gives immediate feedback, immediate emotion, immediate identity. You feel serious, you feel committed, you feel transformed. And society rewards this. We praise the grind, the hustle, the all-or-nothing push. We admire dramatic change because it is visible. But visibility is not the same as progress. Intensity depends on conditions. Good sleep, high motivation, low stress, perfect timing. The moment conditions change, intensity collapses. And real life never keeps conditions stable. That is why intensity fails silently. Not in one dramatic moment, but in small withdrawals of effort that slowly end the habit. Consistency does not rely on emotion, it relies on structure. It does not ask, "How do I feel today?" It asks, "What is the system?" Consistency lowers the bar, so behavior can survive. Bad days and bad days are where progress is actually decided. Consider two people. The first trains intensely, 5 days a week, long sessions, maximum effort. The second trains consistently, 3 short sessions, same days, same time. After 1 month, the first looks impressive. After 6 months, the second still shows up. After 2 years, only one habit remains, and it is rarely the intense one. Consistency benefits from time. Intensity depends on energy. Energy fluctuates. Time compounds. A small action, repeated for years, outperforms a massive action, repeated for weeks. This applies to training, learning, discipline, focus, identity, and especially self-control. Your brain resists strain. Intensity creates strain. It increases friction. Decision fatigue, emotional load. Consistency reduces friction. When something is familiar, the brain stops resisting. What once required effort becomes automatic, and what becomes automatic no longer drains willpower. Most people misunderstand discipline. They think discipline is forcing yourself to do what you hate. It is not. Discipline is designing a life where the right actions require less resistance. Consistency is how that design works. People assume identity changes after results appear. In reality, identity changes through repetition. Each small, consistent action casts a vote for the person you are becoming, not dramatic votes, quiet ones. But over time, those votes decide the outcome. Pressure creates expectations. Expectations create disappointment. Disappointment creates quitting. Consistency creates neutrality. No pressure, no performance, no emotional swing, just execution. And execution outlives emotion. Consistency feels boring. There is no rush, no high, no applause. Progress is slow, often invisible. You do not feel transformed, you simply feel stable. And stability is underrated because it is not exciting. But stability is powerful because it endures. We live in a world that rewards novelty, new plans, new systems, new ideas. Consistency requires repetition. Repetition is punished by boredom. So people abandon systems that are working because they are no longer exciting. They confuse boredom with failure. Boredom is a signal that the system is becoming automatic. That is a success signal. But most people misinterpret it and restart everything. They chase stimulation instead of results. And they wonder why nothing compounds. When you rely on intensity, stress destroys progress. When you rely on consistency, stress becomes manageable. A consistent system bends. An intense system breaks. Life will test your habits. Consistency prepares you for that test. Over years, consistency creates something intensity never can. Trust in yourself. You stop negotiating. You stop debating. You stop restarting. You simply execute. And that reliability becomes part of who you are. Consistency is not heroic. It is simple. It looks like showing up. Even when the effort is minimal, it looks like doing less than you could. But more than zero, it looks like stopping early. Instead of burning out, it looks like continuing. After motivation disappears, motivation is emotional. Consistency is structural. Motivation fades, structure remains. That is why people who wait to feel motivated rarely stay disciplined. And people who rely on structure rarely need motivation. Consistency does not happen by accident. It is designed. You remove unnecessary friction, you reduce decision points, you standardize behavior. Same time, same place, same action. When behavior becomes predictable, it becomes sustainable. People dismiss small actions because they feel insignificant, but insignificance is the point. Small actions avoid resistance. They bypass excuses. They survive bad moods. They survive busy days, and they accumulate quietly. The hardest part of consistency is the early phase. Nothing seems to happen, no feedback, no results, no validation. Most people quit here, not because consistency does not work, but because it does not reward impatience. There is a point where consistency becomes obvious, not suddenly, but undeniably. You look back and realize you have not struggled with the habit in months. That is when intensity becomes irrelevant, because you no longer need effort. This is important. Intensity is not useless. It is simply misplaced. Intensity works best as a temporary amplifier on top of consistency, not as a replacement. Consistency builds the base. Intensity enhances it occasionally. Reversing that order causes collapse. Every restart resets momentum. It erodes trust. It damages identity. Each time you restart, you reinforce the belief that you cannot sustain effort. Consistency protects confidence because consistency proves reliability. Self-discipline is not about control, it is about trust. Trust that you will show up even when it is inconvenient. Trust built through consistency is stronger than confidence built through hype. Quiet systems do not demand attention. They do not need announcements. They do not need validation. They operate in the background. And because they are quiet, they last. If intensity keeps failing, do not push harder. Lower the bar, shorten the task, reduce the demand, simplify the system, protect consistency at all costs. Progress will follow. Instead of asking, how hard should I go? Ask, how small can this be? And still move me forward? That question changes everything. People chase breakthroughs, but life rewards trajectories. Consistency creates direction. Intensity creates moments. Moments fade. Direction compounds, and almost every strong habit you admire in others was built without intensity. It was built through repetition, through patience, through showing up. Long after excitement disappeared, you do not need more motivation. You do not need a better plan. You need a system that survives ordinary days, because ordinary days are where life is built. Consistency is not glamorous. It will not impress strangers, but it will quietly reshape your life. While others restart, you continue. While others burn out, you accumulate. While others chase intensity, you compound. And that is why consistency beats intensity almost every time.